Have you ever heard of Whispering Pines Asylum? Nestled deep in the heart of forgotten woodland, it stands as a chilling monument to a bygone era. Once a thriving institution, the Whispering Pines Asylum now lies in ruins, its once bustling hallways echoing with the silence of abandonment. But if you listen closely, you might hear the whispers of its troubled past. The asylum was established in the early 20th century, designed to be a beacon of modern psychiatric care. However, as the years rolled on, it became a place shrouded in mystery and dark rumors. Some speak of horrific experiments conducted behind its imposing walls, of patients subjected to treatments as terrifying as the ailments they were intended to cure. Others tell tales of strange apparitions and unexplainable phenomena, of chilling wails that pierce the silence of the night. As the reputation of the asylum grew darker, so did its fate. It was abandoned in the mid-20th century, left to the whims of nature and time. Yet the stories persisted, becoming the stuff of local legend. The derelict building, with its decaying facade and overgrown grounds, served as a constant reminder of the asylum's eerie past. Then there are those who dared to venture near the Forgotten Asylum. Some thrill-seekers, some skeptics, all drawn by the allure of the unknown. They speak of an unsettling feeling that washes over them as they approach the building, a sense of dread that deepens with each step. They talk of strange sounds, of whispers that seem to float on the wind, of shadows that move in the corner of their eyes. Despite the warnings, the rumors only fueled curiosity. The tales of the Whispering Pines Asylum became an irresistible lure for those with a thirst for adventure and a hunger for the truth. The chilling stories, the unanswered questions, the lingering mystery, it was too much to resist. And so, a group of curious explorers decided to uncover the truth behind the haunting tales of the Whispering Pines Asylum. On a cold, gloomy night, the explorers set foot on the forsaken grounds of Whispering Pines. The air is thick with a sense of foreboding, like an old, forgotten tale waiting to be unearthed. As they tread lightly on the overgrown path, the asylum looms large before them, an imposing silhouette against the moonlit sky. Its dilapidated structure whispers tales of a time long past, of melancholy and dread, of secrets shrouded in the veil of time. The wind howls as if mourning the lost souls that once roamed these grounds. The trees sway ominously, their bare branches reaching out like skeletal arms, as if trying to warn the explorers of the hidden horrors within. Yet, undeterred, they march on, their curiosity piqued, their hearts pounding with a mix of fear and exhilaration. As they push open the creaking main door, a gust of cold wind rushes out to greet them, carrying with it the stale scent of decay and abandonment. It's a sensory assault, a stark reminder of the lifelessness that has claimed this once bustling institution. Their footsteps echo through the deserted hallways, their sounds bouncing off the peeling walls, the only sign of life in this monument to despair. They navigate through the labyrinth of corridors, their flashlight beams dancing on the cracked tiles, revealing the remnants of a time when these halls were filled with the echoes of laughter, cries, and whispered secrets. The remnants of shattered glass, the broken furniture, the faded wallpaper all stand as silent witnesses to the asylum's tragic past. But as they venture deeper into the building, the atmosphere grows heavier. The silence is almost deafening, each sound amplified in the stillness, a chilling symphony of their own making. The air is thick with a sense of unease, the oppressive solitude pressing in on them from all sides. They can't shake off the feeling that they are being watched, that they are intruders in a realm where they are not welcome. But as they venture deeper into the asylum, they couldn't shake off the feeling that they were not alone. What they found inside the asylum was far from the empty ruins they had expected. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the Whispering Pines Asylum, they were met with a chilling sight. The walls, once pristine and white, were now covered in a tapestry of strange symbols, etched into the decaying plaster. These cryptic markings, a silent testament to the building's dark past, seemed to whisper tales of despair and torment from every crevice. Their footsteps echoed through the empty corridors, leading them to rooms that bore remnants of the asylum's horrific legacy. They found rusted shackles, discarded medical equipment, and stained surgical tables that bore silent witness to inhumane experiments carried out in the name of science. The chilling air seemed to hum with the echoes of forgotten screams, the sorrow seeping from the walls like a haunting melody. But it was the signs of recent habitation that truly set their nerves on edge. Fresh footprints in the dust, a barely extinguished candle, a ragged doll with a single glass eye that seemed to follow their every move. It was as if someone, or something, was still residing in the eerie depths of the asylum. They could feel a palpable presence, an unseen force that seemed to observe them from the shadows. A chill ran down their spines as they felt the weight of countless eyes upon them. The once abandoned asylum was beginning to feel less empty and much more alive. Every creak of the floor, every gust of wind that rattled the broken windows, every shadow that danced in the flickering candlelight seemed to hint at a lurking horror, a silent stalker in the labyrinth of decay and despair. The asylum was teeming with a life of its own, a life born from the ashes of its tormented past. And just when they thought things couldn't get any weirder, they stumbled upon a hidden basement. The discovery sent a wave of dread through them. For what secrets could the asylum still be hiding, buried deep within its bowels? The air grew colder, the shadows darker as they prepared to descend into the unknown. Beneath the asylum, in the belly of the beast, lay secrets darker than they could ever imagine. The air turned colder as they descended into the basement, the guttural groan of the old staircase under their weight echoing eerily in the silence. The beam from their flashlights danced around the room, casting long, monstrous shadows that twisted and turned like the dark remnants of the past. Their footsteps echoed in the vast underground space, crunching on the dust and debris of years of neglect. The cold, damp air clung to their skin, an icy reminder of the chilling secrets that lay hidden in the depths of the basement. The stench of mold and decay filled their nostrils, a haunting perfume of the forgotten. They came upon a room, its door hanging off its hinges, revealing a makeshift operating room. An old, rusted surgical table lay in the center, its once shiny surface now tarnished with age and neglect. A broken-down anesthesia machine stood ominously in the corner, a silent witness to the unspeakable horrors that took place here. The sight was stomach-turning, a grim testament to the asylum's dark past. On the walls, ominous writing scrawled hastily as if in a fit of madness, told tales of despair and torment. The words "help me" repeated over and over again, a desperate plea from a long-forgotten soul. The chilling messages sent shivers down their spines, a stark reminder of the torment endured within these walls. As they ventured further, a strong sense of dread gripped them. It was as if the walls themselves were closing in, the weight of the asylum's horrifying history pressing down on them. They felt watched, hunted, the air thick with an unspeakable terror that seemed to seep into their very bones. The silence was oppressive, the darkness consuming. And then, just when they thought they could bear no more, they heard it. A sound that froze their blood and made their hearts hammer in their chests. Suddenly, from the darkness, they heard a chilling whisper. The whisper was faint, yet it echoed through the silent basement like a scream. In the eerie silence of the abandoned Whispering Pines Asylum, the faintest sound seemed amplified, echoing through the cold, damp air. Suddenly, the stillness was broken by a chilling, disembodied whisper. It was an ethereal sound, a mere breath of a voice that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. A shiver of dread ran through the explorers, their hearts pounding in their chests like drums. The whisper was not a figment of their imagination. It was real, and it was happening right there, in the haunted depths of the asylum. The whisper grew louder, more insistent, and was soon accompanied by a cacophony of strange noises. Objects started to move on their own, inexplicably propelled by an unseen force. Chairs scraped across the floor, doors creaked open and shut, and the echo of footsteps reverberated through the empty corridors. An icy sense of terror gripped the explorers. They were not alone. The asylum was alive with the echoes of its dark past, and the spirits trapped within its walls were not at peace. The horrors of the past were not dormant. They were very much alive, trapped in an endless cycle of torment and despair. The chilling realization dawned on the explorers. They were in the midst of a haunting. The stories were true. The Whispering Pines Asylum was haunted. It was not just a building, but a vessel for the tortured souls of those who had suffered within its walls. Suddenly, the whispering voices converged into a deafening roar. The air filled with the sound of countless voices, each telling their own tale of sorrow and pain. The explorers could only stand frozen in terror, their blood running cold. As the whispers grew louder, they realized they were not just hearing one voice, but many. The last thing they heard was a blood-curdling scream, then darkness engulfed them. Now, one must wonder, what happened to them in the depths of the Whispering Pines Asylum?